Welcome back, folks. Today we got a video of some random car related maintenance and winter prep. Right now we got the 13 Camaro on the lift. I'm going to be giving it a really good once over before a track day I'm doing in a few days. Good news is I've been under this car very recently, so be very shocked if I found anything, but it's always good to give it a once over before a track day. I'm also going to fully crown it, undercoat it, because by the time I get home from this track day, we're already in early November. It's going to start getting cold and some salt on the roads. And this car sees a tiny bit of salt, very, very little, but I do like to crown it anyway. Then my buddy Andy's coming over. We're going to do some fluid changes on his 23-ish Toyota GR. And I'm going to get my Silverado down here, undercoat that, mess around with something on the ABS, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to not really walk through this. I've done undercoating videos before. I will do a time lapse just for the heck of it. We'll go over some Andy stuff and just kind of make it a mashup video of interesting things. Before a track day, I'm looking at tire wear, right? Nice and even, good tread. Nice and even, good tread. Now we'll go to the back tires. Nice and even, much less tread. See, we're close to the wear bar, but I actually bought tires to put on this right after the track day. We'll go back to the front here and we'll go brakes. So the outsides, they look good. Luckily, these are huge wheels, so you can see the pad life very easily. And if you look close, there's a ton of pad on there. And I already know this, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, but we'll go through it as if I hadn't checked some of this stuff out a couple weeks ago. The other thing you can do with these Brembos, just kind of stick your finger in there and you can actually feel the pad, which is nice. We've got no tie rod issues or ball joint issues. That's one thing I didn't check yet, just because it wasn't, I hadn't done it a few weeks ago. So, everything's good there. Solid. It'd be good to throw a pry bar on this stuff, but there's zero driving issues with the car. So I'm pretty sure all this stuff is fine anyway. In the freaking world did I just say what I said and completely jinx myself? All right, so I've literally been underneath this car 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, doing some stuff. I put the new axles in it, but I've been under it since then. Check this out, guys. Mind you, this thing has 1,000 miles on it, maybe. The freaking boot ripped somewhere between then and now. So we've got some slingage all over the wheel and everything else. And, that's whatever. I could slap an axle on this thing really fast. The problem is these axles aren't in stock anymore. I had to order them. And I don't, I'm supposed to be leaving tomorrow. I meant to do all this days ago. Some crap happened, medical stuff, not with me, somebody else happened. So I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do and get this thing in the air. You really should do this a week or two before for this exact reason. And unfortunately, I couldn't. So that sucks. Could I just send it and use the axle as is? Probably. It would probably be fine. It's a very, very small tear. Actually, I'll show it to you. I moved it. It's right there. See it? If you look real close. Right there. Just a little gash. That's enough. So what I also could do is just clean it up real good, dab a little RTV on it, and just hope that slows it down a little bit. It's only going to last a couple thousand miles more, right? Between going to the track day and back. It's out of state, quite a bit out of state. But anyway, I'm going to think about that. I think I'm going to crown it in the meantime. The other option is I never got rid of the old axles. I could technically, I'm pretty sure this is the driver's side. And if it's not, well, then I'm screwed because I took this one apart. But I could cobble something together and use the old axles. Then I'm going to have the vibration issue, which, of course, is why I took the axles out. So, that's not really great. I'd almost rather run the one that's flinging a little bit of grease. So, I don't know. Stay tuned. All right, so after pondering it for a while, I decided to go with some silicone RTV. I brake cleaned it really good. Just enough to slow and or stop the spread. You know, I should be able to get 2,000 miles or so out of this, no problem. Honestly, if I just left it as is, I should be able to get the mileage. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm more just kind of frustrated that I got like a defective boot, but you know, it is what it is. We'll get a new axle on the way. I might even buy one, ship it down to my parents where the track day is, so that I have it like just in case. These axles are pretty easy to swap out, so you could really do this in a driveway with a jack stand pretty easily. So yeah, I don't know, I'll put some thought into that. But anyway, on to the crowning as planned, and we'll go from there. So okay, so we are fully crowned. If you were watching that time lapse really, really closely, you might be like, oh, you should have done a more thorough job here or there. You missed this spot. Totally don't disagree. But again, this car really doesn't even see much salt. It's kind of crazy that I even undercoat it, to be honest with you. I should have gotten you more video underneath it, but there is not a speck of rust in this thing after the, God, what, 7 years I've owned it? 5, 6, yeah, like 8. Oh my God, 7 or 8 years. 2017 and 2024, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. It like doesn't seem right. Man, time flies. Wow, I'm having a freaking realization here on video. But anyway, so that's all good. I'm gonna go run and get the Silverado, and we'll kind of do the same thing. So stay tuned. Okay, we are back with the Silverado. So first things first, we're gonna put it on the lift, and we are going to check the ABS motor. So unfortunately, after I replaced the control module for the 0265 code, it decided to start throwing the 0110 code or whatever, which is the motor. I do pretty strongly believe the motor was fine before, and I just think that it happened to break after I did that module, which kind of stinks, but you know, it is what it is. So we're going to diagnose that by putting 12 volts right to the motor, see if it spins. We'll tap on it a little bit, see if we can free it up. I did a continuity test on it, but I did it through the module, so it doesn't really count. You got to do it right to the contacts on the motor. So we'll go over that, but I just want to see what it does. The motor's probably bad, honestly, but I just want to check it before I go buy a whole valve body for this thing and swap it out, because it's a pain in the ass job. So if the motor's still good, we're going to hopefully free it up and rock and roll with it for a while. Again, this isn't my daily anymore. This is just kind of a backup vehicle. Very nice backup vehicle at that, but it's got 250K. So I'm just not super, super concerned if the ABS functions perfectly. In New York State, it's not even an inspection item, so it sucks to see the lights on the dash, but whatever. So anyway, we'll go from there and get her back on the lift. All right, you guys aren't gonna really be able to see anything. I did just make a video on taking this module off, so I'm literally gonna run the camera long enough to just kind of explain to you what's going on, and then I'll run the time lapse. So basically what I'm doing is taking the module off, and after I do that, we will get right to the motor contacts. The ABS motor, I will show it to you. It is right below the electronic control box. And hopefully, once we do all that, we'll be able to fully diagnose and see what's going on before we start chucking parts at stuff. Because, you know, I'm not the kind of guy who just throws parts at things. I like to know what's actually wrong beyond a shadow of a doubt, as they say. Yeah, we'll do this and we'll go from there. All right, now that we got that off, that was real quick, as you can tell. See those two contacts right there? That's the motor contact. So we literally just got to put power to one and ground to the other. Okay, so I've got an old motorcycle battery. This is solid state, so don't worry about it laying on its side. It's pretty worn out for starting the motorcycle, but it works great for just doing little stuff like this. You don't have to really worry about having a full-blown working battery. We just need something that's got enough juice in it to give us a little bit of a charge. Now, as far as which terminal is which, doesn't really matter. Electric motors will spin in both directions. And there's no circuitry on this as far as I know. So we're just gonna give it, we can always swap these leads one way or the other. Let's see if she makes any noises. Let's go this way first. That's not good. That tells me the motor is probably shorted out. Yep. Oh, unless these are touching. Oopsie. No, I don't think so. Yeah, so that's not great. That means the motor is probably shorted out. That should have done something and not just spark my my leads. But I actually kind of screwed up. I should have measured the continuity first. That's okay. We'll do that right now. Should be, 100 ohms, something in that range. Or less. Let's say 10 to 100. That's kind of a big range, but it's hard to know. I couldn't find in the service manual what the rated spec is for this motor, electric motor. Unfortunately. That's okay. Let's do this. Nothing. Yeah. So there's no resistance. So that's not good. Oh, I'm in the wrong setting. Hold on a minute, folks. 0.4 ohms. Yeah, that sure seems like we've got a shorted 0.002 ohms. Yeah, it's basically, I mean, 0.002 is what my leads are basically. So unfortunately, I think we've got a shorted out winding in that motor. So basically, corrosion or something's bridging the gap between two windings in the motor, so there's just no resistance anymore, which would explain why it dead shorted when I hooked it up to the battery. Well, I guess that confirms what I already knew. Probably shouldn't have even wasted my time, but you gotta diagnose it. If you don't do the proper diagnostic, how are you supposed to truly know what is wrong? I guess that means it's crown time, and hey, the good news is truck still runs and drives great. We just don't have ABS. Eventually we'll fix it when I feel like spending the money and taking the time to loosen all those frickin' ABS or brake lines that are all right next to each other for no damn reason. Luckily they are stainless lines, so they should come out relatively easy, but it is what it is. It lasted 251,000 miles. I really can't complain. That's pretty damn good. All right, Andrew, what are we in for today? Tell the people.
Winter prep for the Toyota.
Get closer.
Trans, engine, differential fluids, and give her a touch up of wool wax. We last year we did a full undercarriage. We took the skid plates and stuff off, but I don't think I'm gonna this time. We're just gonna touch it up.
I mean, it's just a winter beater anyway,
Just
so.
a beater.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Wow, that was I should have gotten a little lower, better angle of your ass there, but.
You should have.
No. Don't screw it up. Alright, we're wrapping up here. All the fluids changed. We found the infamous rattle.
Found the
I
rattle.
probably should have showed you, but that's okay. We put a hose clamp on it. We'll not show that because it'll make us... Actually, I can show you. If we look really close. Where is it? Where is it? Right there. Not the best, not the prettiest fix, but it will function perfectly fine. One of the tabs broke off to the heat shield.
Down plate.
Yeah. Touched up the wool wax in some spots. And now he's putting the heat shields back on. All in a day's work.